Okay, hey guys, so this is Nutracheck. This is the app that we use to track your nutrition. And regardless if we decided this is a good approach for you long term or in your dieting phase or gaining phases, we're going to use it initially to give us some awareness around your eating options and inform me on where we can currently improve. All right, so this probably isn't going to be a solution long term. I don't recommend people track their calories or their macros long term, but it is a great tool for awareness initially. So once you've signed up to the app, I give you a premium subscription for signing up with me. So we've got all the features that we need. The first thing that we need to do is set your calorie and macronutrient targets if you've been given them. If you haven't been given them, don't worry about this step. You can move it for now and just track your food, as you'll see how to do in the next section. So if you do want to set your macros and calories, you're going to select what looks to me like the burger in the top right hand corner, and then from the menu, click Nutrient Goals. From here, set your own goals, which is right at the bottom. And from here, you can input the calories, the carbohydrates, the proteins, and the fat goals that I give you. As I said, if I haven't given you them, you can just skip this step. One thing to note here is we have to make sure that the calories match up to the number of grams of carbs, proteins, and fats, and they will do if you're following the targets I've given you. If not, let me know. We can make that adjustment and get you set up. From here, we're going to start adding food, and the easiest way to do this is with the barcode in that top left-hand corner. You take a picture of the barcode on your phone, and it automatically finds it for the vast majority of foods within the database. So you can see here, I've got my frozen fruits, and I can either choose a normal serving size, which is typically very small, 100 grams. So if I've got 200 grams, I could select that and just give it 2 times 100 grams, or I can enter a specific weight as I do now. So I've weighed and measured the number of berries in my bowl, and I've got 150 grams. And I add it to my breakfast option. Next up, I'm going to do my yogurt, and oftentimes you don't need to weigh and measure food because you're going to have the whole tub or half a packet. So here you can see I've got a pot of yogurt, but actually I'm going to have 2 pots here to make sure I get 40 to 50 grams first thing in the morning. I change it to 2, and now it accounts for 2 yogurts that get added to my breakfast. This is a breakfast I have very regularly, so the first thing I'm going to do the first time I input them is to save them as favourites. So hold your finger down, add to favourites with that little heart, and then that'll be added to your favourites. And then the next thing I want to do is add this as a meal. So I'm going to click Create Meal. From there, add both the ingredients, and I'm going to save it as 1 portion size because this is what I have for 1 portion for breakfast. So I name it Yogurt and Berries. I save it to my breakfast option, and now I don't need to put each individual ingredient in every time I have a meal. I just select the meal itself. That meal's now saved. So if I go to tomorrow, instead of having to scan the barcode or input the individual ingredients, I can simply go to Meals, go to Breakfast, click on my yogurt and berries, and that automatically comes up for me in my breakfast option. Very easy, very quick. Now there may be times you can't scan the barcode, so we can add foods in manually. We simply go to that top menu, type it in, and as you can see, I can find that option and add it into my food. So it is really easy to either scan that barcode or manually search. All the major supermarkets are within the database. I know what you might be thinking. Well, Greg, what if I want to eat out? How do I do it then? Well, this is where Nutracheck is also really handy. So we're going to go back to that burger menu. I'm going to come down to eating out. And under here, you'll find a number of categories such as restaurants or cafes, takeaways, etc. I'm going to choose fast food. We're going to go with Burger King. And I can either just scroll the menu to find something that I like. If I know what I want, I can type it into the search bar at the top. Or I can use the sort function to search for lowest and highest calories to make the best option for my current goals. So once that cheeseburger is added, I select it for my dinner or my snacks or my lunch. I then return to my diary. And a great tip here is if you know you're going to be eating out later on that day or later on in the week, is to look at that menu in advance, make your choices, put them into your Nutracheck app so that you can start to balance out your calories for the rest of the day or the rest of the week and still stay on track. Preparation is king. Once you've inputted all your food for the day, you might want to check how many calories you've had and what your macronutrients are. So to do that, we're not going to click on the bottom, don't worry about exercise, go to the pie chart in the top right hand corner. Once we've clicked on this, it's going to give us a breakdown of everything that we've eaten in the day. So you can see here calories, fats, etc, and we can do this for 1 day, 1 week, or 4 weeks to see how we're getting on. Now, something that I would recommend you ignore is the percentage split of your macronutrients. They are a waste of time. But what can also be handy here is in the nutrients section at the bottom, you can sort and monitor the foods that are highest in calories, highest in fats, highest in protein, so you can start to make better choices each week and gain some awareness around your nutritional intake. The last thing we want to do with the app is be able to share this information with me. So again, go back to that menu. And from here, we're going to click Share Diary. Typically, I want to see it over at least 7 days. And I want you to share it with me via email. greg@55xproject.com. This allows me to see a report of everything you've eaten, and then with absolutely zero judgment, we can make some plans on either how to keep this up or to make things better next week.